Hello, everybody, and welcome. Somebody had a really bad day yesterday. Um, there you go. This is in Calgary, the Calgary event. Somebody went through a guardrail in a park and ended up in someone's backyard at a condo. Yeah. Oh my God, really? Just well, they didn't hit the house, but I mean that's pretty crazy in itself. So, welcome everybody. Craziness? Yes. Whoops. There we go. There we go. Craziness all over the darn place. That's for sure. Um, man, as we're heading to this is the last day of the sun in Scorpio. And the sun will be going into Sag tomorrow. It is making squares over to Pluto. And of course it feels erratic. It feels crazy. It feels unstable. We have some where just okay. I told people this is going to get radical. It's going to get crazy by the end of this month. And it's just ramping up now. We have a declaration that Putin did out, like a whole on nuclear everything. Like he stated it, he sent it out to all the world leaders. He sent it all out. And he signed it yesterday. He finally signed it. He didn't sign it before, but he finally signed it yesterday. So I was just, I was telling people, with that Mars opposition with Pluto, that's going to bring in some really cray energy. It's going to bring in. This is Mars. Mars is in Leo. He's in a fire sign. This is going to bring in explosions. This is going to bring in things that are igniting, right? And now Pluto's in air sign, so the winds of change, the wind is coming in, it's activating so much there. And with the last day of the sun being in Scorpio, this is like pushing limits on everything, right? And you got to remember that Pluto is plutonium. We also have energies coming in from Uranus. So Uranus is really bringing in a lot to do with the nervous system, activating, a lot to do with our emotions within that nervous systems, how we are feeling things. And Uranus is also the uranium. So we have Pluto, plutonium, and uranium, Uranus, being activated. Now, when those two are starting to be activated, and there's someone in it, they, kind of like in a quincunx right now. It's the unknown factors. And as we are heading in between the 22nd and the 30th of this month, this is going to bring in a lot of intensities. Everything is going to be heightened. When you stop hearing from mainstream legacy media, when you stop hearing things, about, because I mean, we've been privileged to a lot of information from the news. We've been in, for, even on not so much legacy media, but through YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, the whole bit. When this stops, when you're not hearing, when this starts to go into like, oh, wonder what's going on there, that's when you start to know things are going to start getting a little bit crazier and things are going to start really igniting. And that's where we're at. We're at a place where things are really getting heightened. Things are getting activated. People, governments are really starting to look at things, and will have some change in government in the United States. So this is all accumulation of everything that's going on. It has to do with this Mars slowing down and will be retrograding in a couple weeks. And it's going to be retrograding in Leo and going back into Cancer. It's going to continue this opposition with Pluto until March, April. That activation, that pull between the two, because Mars is a god of war, he wants action. He wants to go. He wants to get things going. Pluto is now in, in Aquarius. It's going, and it's like god of the underworld. Both are the rulers of Scorpio, right? Who want to take you to the underworld, wants to take you down to the depths of things, and get you to look at what's going on, what limits are being pushed. And all of these are on world points. So we're activating world points in the chart right now. So when things are at the end, it is world points. We also have, and I wrote this down yesterday and I didn't mention it, but the Antasia. We have 2 Antasias today, which aren't really bad things, but I mean, they are activations right now. And these Antasias that are coming in are exchanges where the did I write it down? Because I'm I know what Antasias are, but it's those points. So when you have the 0 degrees, or when you have where Pluto, is it Pluto and Scorpio, so the change of the degree of where Pluto is and the degree of where um the sun is an Antasia, which is an activation point, because 29 degrees in astrology is also an activation of Aquarius, and where Pluto is an activation of Scorpio. So there's this activation that is happening. And this is when it's starting to activate, this is coming into a new understanding. This is a way of endings, and this is massively, like, this is massive endings that are coming forward and being activated this week. And a lot of things are going to come in from left field. A lot of things are going to come in that are totally unexpected at this time, and it's going to throw people off guard. We have a lot that's coming in where we had our, whatever her name, little tweaky deputy prime minister Chicky Poo, who's looks like she's on some kind of whatever, um, asked a question and she couldn't even answer the question. It had to do with the budget, had to do with changes and Trump and all of this. And she just started to like go into a compulsion, like was tweaking even more, but saying, about 2% inflation and more people are working, and everything is hunky dory in this land. Free land. Yeah, yes, free land. I'm gonna call her Twerk Girl. That's my name. I have Turban Boy and Twerk Girl and Dumbass. You can figure out who the dumbass is. And Dumbass in Brazil, is stating how stupid Canadians are because we don't understand what it means to hunker down and save. Well, with things at a height, and inflation going at actually 30%. So groceries have increased within the last 2 years over 30%. These things, and I'm going to just let you know, these things are going to start to increase even more. All right. So this is a hunkering down time. Been saying this since what, 2019, even before, letting people know, making sure that you are keeping yourself stocked up, keeping yourself prepared, because things, and this is where it's like not just 2 weeks as we're going into winter, and the craziness that's going to come in with winter, because we're going to go through a pretty crazy winter this year. This is where they are looking at, and I'm just going to say 30 days preparedness in your home for whatever. 30 days preparedness. And this is going to start, you're going to start feeling this pinch coming in from the 22nd to the 30th. This is when everything, and I got the word hellfire coming in. So things are just going to get really crazy as we're heading into December and going into December. So this is really getting us to a deep dive into what we are doing to keep ourselves above ground, to keep ourselves safe, to keep looking at safety and security as things get a little bit crazier in this world. So answer your son Owen and tell him how old you are. So, because he thinks you're 72, but he's not. Steve's not 72, 75. Now he's going to 75. 100. He says you're 100. We're going up. We're going up in age. Today's Steve's birthday. And so we're going up. We started at 72, 75. Now we're going to 100. Come on, baby. How old can Steve be? Is he Abraham? Maybe he's a reincarnation of Abraham or Moses, who lived, what, 175 years? So these activations that are coming in, and you're going to feel it. People are going to be more aggressive. People are going to be angry. With the other part too is with Mercury slowing down and will be going retrograde on Sunday, Monday. This is where a lot of things, back your shit up, man. Right? Back your shit up, back everything up. So if you got anything to do with your computer, back up your pictures, back up the cloud, all of it, because this retrograde in Sagittarius is not going to be an easy one. I've already had crazy thing. My printer died. Like, I don't have a printer anymore. This morning, my face recognition does not work, like, on anything. Trying to log into different sites where it should be automatically logged in. I can't log in. I have to go through a process. I got to get a PIN number now in order to get, and I never even set that up. So these are the little crazy things, and it could get a little bit cray. Last night I was doing inventory, and I did the inventory, and I went back to review it. A whole section that I know I did because I wrote it down and I put it in there disappeared. Wasn't even on there. Wasn't even on the form. I'm just like, okay, breathe, Mary, and just put it in there and then send it to Andrea. But that's the whole thing. It's like these little things, and they could get very irritating. Missing appointments is going to be one too. So making sure you're, watching for your appointments. Making backup things. If you need an oil change with your car, or if you need anything done with your car, make sure you are up to date on that, because Mercury retrograde, and especially in Sag, can really, because it's about travel, right? Anything to do with travel. Sagittarius rules travel. So anything to do with travel, especially long distances. So if you have anything to do with travel or anything along that line, make sure you are triple checking everything, right? Where I just had somebody was telling me, we were talking about where and I think they just claimed bankruptcy, Spirit Airline or something. They got a text, her and her buddy got a text, and the text said, your flight is going to be delayed by 45 minutes. Oh, okay. Well, we have time to go grab something. So they went and went to go grab a coffee and a donut and stuff like that. And as they're getting there, congratulations, your flight's on time. They're like, what the hell? They had to race where they thought they had plenty of time across the airport to their gate to get on their flight, right? And then, of course, they got on there huffing and puffing, and the stewardess goes, well, do you want a water? And and her partner's like, oh yeah, I need a water. And they charged him $6 for the water. These are the kind of things, and unexpected things show up. So where you might have thought you paid for something and the payment didn't go through. So these are the little things that are going to be irritating, that could be popping up for you. I know little things like that have been popping up for me. And with Mercury retrograde, I'm pretty good at sort of managing my way through. But this one, I'm going to say, and especially with all of the other things in motion and changing, this is also where we have where Mercury is going to be going retrograde in opposition to where it went retrograde from 2019 to 2020, right? That's when the spell was cast. and Pisces is across the street from Sagittarius. So we have this energy of like of feeling, is this the right thing? Am I feeling, the cloudiness? You could be feeling cloudy, you could be feeling just a little bit overwhelmed. Like, is this the right information I'm receiving? So it's honoring yourself because he's going to be in there till I believe the end of January. So Mercury's going to be there for a while. So Mercury so also if you are ordering anything, you know? We also have the mail strike or something going on. We have all of this stuff that's happening that can really cause delays, cause confusion. You're expecting a package, you're expecting things, and all of these delays are going to be happening. That's right about for water at the airport. Yeah. And there is also a reports on the hurricanes, and then there's a cyclone report that's happening. So because Uranus rules weather, so the weather that's coming in, the disruptions that are happening with the weather, and the weather in happening in and around us. So you know what, all I got to say is take each day as it comes. Take one day at a time. We're going to be moving into Sagittarius energy. Sag energy is usually very bubbly and up and let's go for it. But Sages can be this can be a very controlling time because Sages really want to, yeah, they're bubbly and all over the place, but there's a control factor that's there. It's ruled by Jupiter. It wants to expand, it wants to do things. If it feels those restrictions, it can get where I want to expand. This is what I'm doing right now. So learning that they can't expand as much as they would like to. This is where people might be feeling the overwhelmness of things. And then we also have with Jupiter being retrograde in Gemini, we're not being able to get it all. We want it all, but we can't get it all, kind of thing. So all of this is really bringing in the frustration, the confusion, the where you just have to take your time and not overdo it, right? Because if you're going to try and push that limit, if you're going to try and really create something, this is when things are going to go haywire. All right. So take this time, especially as we're entering into the Christmas season. And going from the Christmas season, we're going to be heading into the January, February. But this is where when it comes to the Christmas and it comes to that those frequencies of it is more, let's hunker down and let's not overdo things this year. If you are trying to do the extravagant things for Christmas, I feel like this is it's going to really bite you. It's really going to, it's like um it's not going to be the best, put it that way, that for people. So just an FYI, putting that out there for you guys. The other thing, my sale for the 3 readings. Now, people have been asking me what moon readings are. So just let me explain to you what a moon reading is. Moon reading is I take your natal chart. All right. And so your natal chart already has information in there about you. Then I take where the moon is going to be, how that moon is going to affect your chart. Right. So I do a little printout. I do a transcript now. Then I do I do a recording of a tarot reading for you. So you get the transcript where you could read it, and then I give you the recording. So you get 2 pieces of information. You will get 3 of them for January because there's 2 new moons and a full moon. There is no full moon in Cancer this year. There's no full moon in Cancer this year at all. That full moon in Cancer is going to hit us in January. And that's going to bring in a whole nother emotional ball of energy for us with that full moon in Cancer. And we will be entering into the new year with Mercury retrograde, Mars retrograde, Uranus retrograde. I think there's going to be 4 retrogrades that we're going to be entering into in the new year. So we're entering into the new year with that retrograde feeling of really wanting to push forward, but being held back then with that full moon. So that's in January. So, but my readings are going to be that's what the moon readings are based on. Then you will receive a sneak peek into 2025. And the sneak peek into 2025 is sort of a bonus for everybody who signs up for the last 3 readings. And the bonus is an overview of 2025 for your sign, of the dates that will be activated for you. It'll have a little bit of information on the things of the high points, the low points, and everything in between. So if you are interested in that, it's $100. And that's for December. That is my December Black Friday sale. That is my sale for it'll be on sale until Black Friday, which is on just before I deliver the first reading. So yeah, if you're wanting to order it. The other thing, if you are wanting the new moon and full moon readings for 2025, they're $400 for the whole year. If you're interested, let me know. If you are wanting payment plans, please let me know what your payment plans that you are wanting. There are a few people that's told me, yes, I want it. And I want to do payment plans, but they didn't tell me what their payment plans are or when they're going to send any money. And I have to say, that is frustrating. That is so frustrating as a business person and as a spiritualist, because you don't want to be the person that's being a little bitch about, and thinking that you're money hungry, but you're not money hungry. Well, you just need to know the plan. That's all. Just need to know the plan. I've had 2 people that have let me know. God bless you. And we've set up things. Other people have told me, but haven't set up any plans. Just an FYI. It frustrates me, people. It just frustrates me. And I just need to know if you are wanting it and what it is that you are wanting to do. So just let me know, because those little things are I don't usually say that, but they drive me fucking crazy and I hate it. One thing I hate doing in being a business person and being, working in this industry is having to ask people for money. Is having to ask people and say, "Hey, did you make a payment? Hey, can you let me know when the payment's through? Hey, what's going on? Are you okay?" It's just because you feel like, I've had creditors after me, and I just do not want that a part of my thing. That's the whole thing. I do not want to do it. I already got you down, Sherry. But, that's the thing, is like that's part of, and I know it's part of being a business owner, it's part of the whole thing. But, it's one of those where I am also the type of person that I don't set up your budget, you set up your budget and I work with your budget. And I feel like that's for me as a business, as for what I do, I feel that's the best way, because it doesn't stress you out. Let's just say it does. I don't want people to get stressed out. I don't. I love you all. So I know you guys don't want to hear about all that kind of stuff, and it's just crazy. So for 2025, a lot of things that some of the things that I am looking at, wanting to do. So just a little FYI. Definitely the full moon and new moon readings will continue for 2025. The one-on-one readings, if people are wanting to start a one-on-one readings, they're just going to be at my regular price right now. And different workshops will be coming up. One of the workshops that I really, really, really want to do, because I just love doing it, is a vision board. And I have a whole booklet for that vision board. It's really cool booklet. I worked really hard on that booklet. I'll be doing some tweaking in it, but I will be doing a vision board, and this is going to be in January, and I'm going to make it like a 1-day thing, but you'll get the booklet so you can work through the booklet, where we'll just do the 1 day, and I'm going to give you the outline for the booklet, give you some hints on how to do it, and then you take the booklet. It's a PDF download, and you can go forward with it and work with it throughout the year, which is partially what this booklet that I did. So that's going to be coming out, and I have some dates that I'm thinking of. The 6th seems like a date that I keep thinking about, January 6th, but we'll see, because I want to do it as probably, definitely in January. But I also have to look at, because I'm still working full time. So I need to work on that and figure that out. So we have the vision board that's that's going to.
Hey, what number she have? Ask Kenneth. Kenneth have the number.
So
Yeah.
So people are calling my husband from Trinidad and everything right now because it's his birthday. So if doing a vision board, I really love vision boards. I know some people don't believe.
What's my phone number on this phone?
Oh, well, okay. I'm gonna.
Sorry.
You're gonna have to give me a minute and finish this off, and then I can send it to you.
Well, it's for Listra. She want to send it for Linda because Linda called in and she can't get through.
Don't you love it with my lives, everybody?
She had to call on WhatsApp. Is she calling on WhatsApp? I don't know. Well, ask she, because if she ain't calling on WhatsApp, she ain't.
I don't know what my husband's phone number is.
Yeah, because it's the same phone number she gotta have. So if she call regular number, she ain't gonna get through at all. Yeah, I will tell she. Yeah, tell. You have to give me the number. Tell she call that number on WhatsApp.
I'm finding.
I'll send you the number.
Hold on. 403. 403.
Yeah, 403 is the number.
408.
403. 408.
9511.
Mary, what phone number are you giving her?
Your mobile, the number that will be on WhatsApp.
Okay. I will put you.
9511.
9511. Okay. All right.
It's a comedy show, isn't it? It's a comedy show.
But what's up?
Anyways, I'm gonna pull a couple cards, and then I gotta get. Oh shit! I gotta get going.
Okay.
There we go. We're gonna pull some cards. Sorry, everybody, for yelling, but it's funny. All of a sudden, everybody goes deaf when they're talking to another Caribbean person. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that. It's like before. This is the way Caribbean people do. They talk like this, and they go like this. Can you hear me? And then all of a sudden it's like, roar! Then they start roaring, and then they're super loud, and then you are answering them. They're like, "Hey, stop yelling at me!" And I'm like, "I'm not yelling, just talking normally." Because they're talking like this, but I'm just. That's what Caribbean people do. It is hilarious. It's hilarious, and then they get all together. It's like, oh my goodness, they are so loud, so loud. The phone, like you could probably hear the phone calls. Like I'm sitting here on the opposite end of the room, and my husband's over there. Anyways, let's pull some cards. I know I'm losing people. Oh, because you guys don't want to hear this, but it's funny. So one card. Whoa. So know that you've gone through a lot of stuff, right? So understand and honor the things that you've gone through. This is the 9 of wands. So everything that you've worked with for your passion, it's not easy. It's not easy. But you're still looking, you're still on guard, because you're still looking, you're still looking in a direction and seeing, okay, there's still something more I want to do. So trust in that what you are more of what you are wanting to do. Trust in that passion that's coming in, that fire that's coming in. Because, in comes the Ten of Swords. Shit is done. It feels overwhelming. It feels like a lot, but you got to understand there's a lot of things that are ending right now, and it's bringing in a brightness. It's bringing in a new road. And that's what he's looking at. He's looking at the new road. He's looking at the newness, right? And you're feeling like shit. You're feeling like, well, I can't go on because, I got like 10 swords in my back. So life feels like crap to me. But, the 10 swords in your back are basically letting you know nobody can put any more swords in your back. It's done. So this is that you're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. There is light at the end of the tunnel. There's a newness that is coming in. Just may not feel like it right away. It may feel just a little bit overwhelming. So where do my greatest priorities lie? This is giving you a fresh understanding of how to shift things. Bring in the shifting. We're moving into the Sag energy. Allow yourself to shift. Allow yourself to embrace some newness. And yeah, will it be a shitstorm out there? Yeah, you're fucking right. It's going to be a shitstorm out there. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be crazy. And things are going to get really feeling like, as my guides keep telling me, like hellfire. But there's a great brightness that is coming through this all as well. So there you go. Have a blessed one. May the Lord and Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all that you say and all that you be. And thank you so much for being a part of my community and listening to all the cray of my family in the background. God bless and the goddess bless you. Bye-bye, everybody. See ya.